And I'm talking to Teresa Spinelli, the owner and president of the Italian Center Shop. You've lived in McCauley for a very long time, and you could really choose to live anywhere in the city. Why do you stay in McCauley?
I love McCauley. I love the location. We're close to everything. We're in the city center, so it takes me half an hour to get anywhere in Edmonton, and that really excites me. I love the neighborhood. I love the diversity of the neighborhood. I mean, if you can watch just the park bench across the street or the bus stop bench, you'd see a whole bunch of different people all the time, and I really love that. I love how friendly it is. You can walk in the neighborhood, and people say hello to you, and people know who you are, and you can chit chat. I just love all those things.
Have you ever had any experiences, personal experiences of things that go on in the neighborhood as a result of housing issues, homelessness, poverty, that kind of thing?
Of course, I've lived here my whole life, so there's been lots of issues. It's very difficult and very complex for sure. Lots of different things from all sorts of levels, so I don't know what kind of answer you're looking for, but we've had good things and we've had bad things. Mm-hmm. I'm raising my son in this neighborhood, so it's really great for me to be able to show him the other side of life, that some people don't have a home and that some people aren't as fortunate as we are, and what can we do to help those people. And he really gets that it's a community and that we all have to help each other.
Mm-hmm. And what about some of the bad things? How do you deal with those?
Oh, some of the bad things, and does happen often for sure. Sometimes we have people that are urinate against our fence or take a poop in our yard or stuff like that, which is not very pleasant. It's just about really taking their perspective and really knowing that they don't know any better, and it's not really something against me. And how do we work as a community, making sure that they have viable bathrooms to go to, and communication is really key, and education.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that happen in this neighborhood in McCauley in terms of social housing that you think are very positive and that other neighborhoods could learn from?
Oh, good question. Lots of really great things. It takes a village to raise kids, and it takes a village to take care of the homeless. It takes a village to take care of the mentally ill. We really have to work together. Everybody needs a safe home to live in. And how do we make it work so that it really is a community initiative? I think what happens in McCauley is that sometimes we have too much of it in a certain area, and then that becomes a problem, and there's not enough. We've got some really great social agencies in the area, but sometimes not right on where that housing for whatever type of person is living in there that have support right there on the premise. And I think that might be a bit of the problem.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think that housing needs to be a citywide issue?
Because it takes a village. It's all over the place. It's all over, it's not about not in my backyard. For me personally, it's just that my backyard is very, very full right now, and that it has to go across the city because I think it's important. It's a community. It has to be a community-driven project. It has to be whole-wide, citywide.
If one of your friends found out that a social housing project was coming into their neighborhood and they expressed fears about that to you, how would you address that?
I would tell them that I live in McCauley and that I've never ever had a problem with a homeless person or a street person. I've never worried about my safety around them. They're just trying to live life the best way they can. There's no reason to be afraid of them.
Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing with E4C, with their lunch program with the kids.
Yeah, so E4C is a fantastic organization. My son goes to a inner city school because we live here in the inner city, so I see firsthand, and we live in the inner city, so a lot of kids come to our house all the time for lunch, dinner, and breakfast. So when E4C approached us about what we could do to help them, we tried to see if we could make it work. They've been very flexible, and I feel that we've been very flexible because it's really important that kids have a healthy lunch. So they've done phenomenal things with their programs, and so we're really happy to be part of it. And we're not just part of it with E4C, we're also with Food for Thought, which also does the same thing across the city instead of just the inner city. So lots of things like that.
Mm-hmm. And what specifically are you doing? You're providing food at wholesale costs and delivering it kind of thing? Yeah.
Yes.
Great. What does a caring community mean to you?
A caring community means thinking about your neighbors and really putting yourself in their shoes and taking their perspective and really trying to empathize with them.
Is there anything else you'd like to add that I haven't asked about already?
No, I think you got some really good questions.
Great. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, awesome.